the 2 senatorial districts that we were able to pick up. And all the 3 seats came about as a result of vacancies that were created as a result of the passing away of our members. It's not that they defected, but God in His infinite mercy called them to their rest, and we had to fill up the vacancies that were created as a result of these offices that, these members of ours, quite dear to us, members that have worked assiduously to the establishment or formation of APC as a party, and also having won elections, had served credibly in the Senate and the House of Representatives before their untimely death. So we consider this election, with the successes that have come with it, as a good omen for our party. And it also establishes one thing, that we have not lost any base. Instead, we have increased in our coverage, in our acceptability as a political party. I have no doubt in my mind that these 3 elections that we picked, the 3 seats that we picked in the National Assembly, is a reflection of what would happen in 2019. I'm ever confident. We won the presidency in 2015 with about 50 million votes. As an election manager and somebody that is quite knowledgeable in the dynamics of politics in this country, I can adjudge myself to say that I can predict that the trend that was established last Saturday is the trend that would continue unabated, and it would increase with velocity and intensity. We are likely to double our votes from what we got in 2015 in 2019. I'm saying this with all confidence because sitting in the situation room that I created for myself, overseeing the processes of this election on Saturday, at one moment I jumped and I told myself that I've got the roadmap to winning this election. I've got, finally, the puzzle has fitted very well as to how we're going to win this election. So my appeal to you is that as you go back to your constituency, don't limit yourself to Lokoja-Kogi. Be the true ambassadors of this predictable success that will come in 2019. And go and ensure that there are absolutely no stone is left unturned in mobilizing our people and sinking into their consciousness the need for them to go out and pick up their PVCs if they have not done that. If they have not registered, those of them, our siblings that have come of age by now, the process is still ongoing. Let them go out there and register afresh. I have on authority that INEC has so far as of yesterday registered an extra 12.6 million voters spread all over the country. So I urge you as you go back to Kogi State to look at your figures. What has been registered, is it sufficient enough to give you the leap that you need to sustain our lead and our victory in Kogi State? If not, from tonight, make it a point of duty as leaders in your various communities to mobilize people to go out and register those that did not register at the time of the 2015 election. I am absolutely confident, in spite of the noise out there. I've looked at the votes of the PDP and their purported alliances. I've looked at the 2015 election. I've looked at other previous elections. We are gravitating towards a two-party state. Almost 97% of the total votes cast, even from these exercises that are just been concluded, of the three elections, Katsina, Daura, Bauchi, and Kogi, even from this, I've concluded that between the PDP and the APC, the total votes were almost 97%. All these other alliances that the PDP has claimed to have earned, the total contribution is about 3% of the total votes. What that tells me is that they are only a side attraction. They are not major contributors. They are not it's a side attraction. So the truth about it is that let's go out there. The contention between us and PDP is already established. They are trying to do catch-up, and that's why they are going out scouting and creating all sorts of diversions. But the truth about it is that they know, and I'm going to repeat it, what I said in Uyo, that looking at the political landscape as of today, if INEC and our laws would permit, I would encourage INEC to grant PDP multiple presidential candidates, so that every of their candidates or every of their aspirants is accorded the candidature or the candidacy of the PDP in his own state. Because I know if that is ever granted to them, all of them, without exception, Buhari will beat them in their state. Let me repeat. Is it Sokoto? Consistently since 2003, Buhari has always won Sokoto. Let's never know. Is it Kano? Consistently since 2003, his highest votes have always come from Kano. Is it Jigawa? Consistently since 2003, he has won this state. Is it Kaduna? Consistently since 2003, he has won Kaduna. Is it Adamawa? He has always won Adamawa. Is it Gombe? He has always won Gombe. I'm counting these places because this is where likely their presidential candidates are the ones that have expressed their desire to interest to run. I don't know whether they have a dark horse hidden somewhere, but I'm waiting to see that dark horse. What I'm trying to say is that the cumulative effect of their candidature would not be able to stand the storm of Buhari in 2009. By the grace of God, we are on our path to victory. My appeal to our members is that let's not be distracted with the noise out there. Yes, there's a lot of blackmail, there's a lot of fake stories, fake news on social media. But let me say it abundantly clear, that social media will not win you the presidency of Nigeria. It's what you have on ground that will determine whether you'll be a president of Nigeria. And the trust and the faith that the people have in you that will determine whether the people of this country would support and vote for you. We have one good thing going for us. The stature of our president is growing in leaps and bounds every day. He is being acknowledged as a president that has integrity, that is trustworthy, that is not corrupt, and that is compassionate in his heart for the welfare and betterment of the people of this country. I am confident that with your support, with the efforts of our governors as ably represented by the governor of Kogi State, His Excellency Governor Yahaya Musa, the dynamic leadership that he has provided for you in Kogi State. And several of our governors would ensure total peace. We still have one election coming in Oshun. You are all going to be participants. I know the efforts that Kogi brought to bear on the Ekiti elections. You did that in Ondo because you share common boundaries with these places. And I'm very confident that by the time we come to the Oshun elections in September, that faith that you exhibited in the other two elections, you will bring it to bear on the Oshun election. And by the time we take Oshun, the roadmap to victory in 2019 would have been so expressly stated. My appeal is that as we mobilize our people, one message we should have at the back of our mind is that because we are the holders of this golden egg, we should not be lured into things that will be destructive of the process. You know, since the PDP addressed the press conference and said that they are likely and contemplating the boycott of the 2019 elections, I began to smell the rat. How can you, a major opposition party, begin to talk about boycotting an election 1 year before that election? It means that there's something. Either you are very, very confident that you are going to lose the election, so any disruptive adventure should be put in place to ensure that the election does not even come. We should not in any way be lured into that. We should remain resolute, we should remain steadfast, and we should be focused. We just have about 6 months to go. Let's remain focused on the target. And what is the target? To ensure that we win this election so that we can consolidate the gains that have been achieved between 2015 and 2019. So, Chairman.
We have a PDP member.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's already packed.
It's already packed. In closing, I want to thank you sincerely for taking our time to come. Earlier in the day, I had received the senator representing Bauchi South Senatorial District. They had come to also express his gratitude for the efforts that we put in place to ensure his victory. And yesterday I had the privilege of speaking to both of them when they went to INEC, himself and Baba Keita, to receive their certificate. And my idea of politics and leadership is that we must make it personal. Like Haruna Isah now coming in here, being led by the leaders from Kogi to come here and share the joy of his victory with me. And that creates a personal relationship between me and him. Whenever he has anything he wants government to do in his constituency, he has created a personal relationship. It's not going to be an official thing again for you to come see me. He can always say, these are the demands of my community, and I would be very, very gracious to look at it as quickly and expeditiously as possible because we have established this relationship. And I think that is the only way that the harmony between the executive and the legislature would further be strengthened and consolidated. So I want to thank you, and when you go back to Kogi, please do extend my gratitude to the governor and for this able leadership that he's demonstrated. I think this is the first election since his adoption of office as governor. So the first by-election that he has managed, and he has managed it very, very well. And we're quite confident that he will be able to manage subsequent elections in the manner in which he has Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, sir. At this point, we'll ask Alhaji Yahaya Musa, Chairman, Elders Advisory Council from Kogi, to speak or to just say thank you to the Secretary of the Federation.
Oh, is she the chairman? Not Kogi?
No.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the chairman.
Okay, chairman. Okay, very good. Good.
Your Excellency.
That one is
Use this one.
Of Kogi State, here represented by Kogi and Lokoja-Kogi Constituency. I'm most grateful to you for the warmth and receptions you accorded to us. We want to say thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate you and we thank you. And we want to thank Mr. President for the kinds and a very trusted community that they have been serving to this country. I want to equally thank you in my former MD. As you are coming in, I was speaking out of the Niwa. I want to appreciate the good relations you bring to Niwa, and which has never been happened since 1988, since 80th century. I want to equally acknowledge your appreciation. I want to equally acknowledge your positions in Niwa today. On behalf of the delegates from Kogi State, led by the State Chairman of the APC, Alhaji Yahaya, I want to thank you. I say thank you very much. Wish you very successful tenure of the office. And we equally want to see me online in His intimacy, help us and Mr. President, so that we can have a massive and successful elections 6 months. May Allah grant us that success. Thank you very much.
Yes, you present the certificate to me. Okay. You sit down, don't worry. Thank you so much, Mr. Congratulations. We'll have a group photograph outside.
What do you really know about it? Okay. I just do this. Okay, sir.
Thank you so much.